Hi everybody, happy Friday. This week we have been talking about waves in a way to keep up with the kind of summer theme for the messages in this month. And the scripture that I shared on Walk in Faith Wednesday was Jeremiah 5:22, and that reads, "Have you no respect for me? Why don't you tremble in my presence? I, the Lord, define the ocean's sandy shoreline as an everlasting boundary that the waters cannot cross. The waves may toss and roar, but they can never pass the boundaries I set." And I just thought that this was an interesting scripture and so profound, even though it's talking about the waves and the shoreline, that these are boundaries that He has set, which is a great teaching principle for us in our lives, to have clear boundaries about one thing versus another. Maybe that's work-life balance. Maybe that is boundaries with friends or with family. Just talking about the way that He has set things to be and that they just do not cross each other. As I was researching on the waves theme, I also came across Jonah 2, and it reads, "From inside the fish, Jonah prayed to the Lord his God. He said, 'In my distress I called to the Lord, and He answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead I called for help, and You listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very heart of the seas, and the currents swirled me around. All of Your waves and breakers swept over me. I said, I have been banished from Your sight, yet I will look again toward Your holy temple. The engulfing waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. Seaweed was trapped around my head. To the roots of the mountains I sank. The earth beneath barred me forever. But You, Lord my God, brought my life up from the pit. When my life was ebbing away, I remembered You, Lord, and my prayer rose to You, to Your holy temple. Those who cling to worthless idols turn away from God's love for them. But I, with shouts of grateful praise, will sacrifice to You. What I have vowed I will make good. I will say, salvation comes from the Lord, and the Lord commandeth the fish, and it vomited Jonah onto the dry land." Of course, we all know about Jonah in the mouth and the belly of the fish and how he was spit out. But I just think it's interesting to actually look at the passages about how he was going through so much because he had not fulfilled the call that God had put on him to deliver a message, and just going through all of those hardships. But even then, he realized that he needed to really be focusing on what God had for him, and that once he did that, he was delivered. And again, I think that's a wonderful message for us in our life, that even though we may be going through trials and tribulations, which Jesus said would happen, that we just keep our focus on God, that we keep our focus on doing what He has called us to do, what He has asked us to do, and the things that He commands in His Word for us to do. And to just really focus on that so we can know which course, which stepping stones that we need to go to next in our life. And so I just hope that these scriptures have blessed you today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.